If you're not watching your pennies, you're never gonna make dollars. It feels like some things are so unimportant, you know, saving 5 cents on something or very minimal amounts of waste. They seem so easy to just overlook. You know, are you chopping the cucumber all the way to the very end? And again, like, it feels almost gross to be worrying about that. You feel like you're sort of a miser and people are looking at you like you're cheap. But the reality is that if you're not worrying about those small things, you're never going to be successful financially in business, you know, in particular in the food business, which is a tight margin business. The average food business that's successful will operate at 10% profit margin. If you can squeeze that to 11 or 12, that's more money in your pocket for you and your family. And that starts by looking at all the small controllable things. You know, before I leave the house in the morning, and this is just because I was raised by a father from Israel who didn't have a lot growing up, who used to knock on the bathroom door when I would get in the shower and say, 4 minutes, because I was known to take long showers. Before I leave my house, I always check to see if all the lights are off. You know, when we talk about trying to save the environment, it becomes very obvious that we should brush our teeth with the water turned off. We shouldn't leave lights on. We should be careful about our mileage when it comes to our gas efficiency in our cars. But you have to be worrying about all those little things in your business. You know, everybody wants the room to be 72 degrees, but is that important? So being at 72 degrees in your restaurant when your guests are in is important. It turns into dollars, right? It's a reason that your customers feel comfortable in your restaurant. But is it important when you're prepping? That's a question only you can sort of understand. When you're measuring pours in a bar, when you're portioning food, you know, you have to find the balance between providing your guests with value, but also watching pennies. A lot of times, if you have an item that you sell a lot of, maybe that's a takeout container, for example, you got to shop that. You got to constantly be looking for, how can I shave a couple pennies off here, a couple pennies off there? Someone once told me a long time ago, the person who's losing a little bit of money a week but knows exactly why and where every penny's going is better off than the person who's making a couple bucks a week but doesn't have a clue why and where. You know, if you are blind guessing as to what is in your business as far as expenses go and usage and waste, then chances are there are opportunities to save money that you're missing. And remember, if you can save $1 in cost, it's better than making $1 in sales. You know, money that you can keep in your pocket is real money, automatic, instead of theoretical, waiting for guests to come and spend it with you. So again, if you're not watching pennies, you're never gonna make dollars. And remind yourself of that every time you have to be the one making the sort of gross, like, small suggestions that you feel like you're being cheap about. You're not being cheap, you're making sure that the company is profitable.